Hey there, guys. Welcome back. We have another exciting game here for you today as we have the Giants of the Reds here in 1908. Let's see what day it is. It is May 18th, 1908. And the Giants are playing 800 baseball, as you can see here, 24-6. The Reds are at 12-21. So we expect the Giants to be able to win this game fairly easily, but you never know what's going to happen. And it'll be Roger Bresnahan, as usual, for the Giants leading this off because, you know, that's the way that I roll. Bresnahan's hitting only 350 so far this season, hitting very well. The first roll there is a 65 for a 35. There's a little E roll that we have to worry about, and that little E roll is going to be what? It's a 45. There we go. I'm sort of playing around a little bit to try to get that to show up. 45 is the rule itself, and that's going to be outside the little E. That'll be a little foul over to the left side. Lobert has that for the out, one away. Here comes Mike Donlin. Donlin rolls a 35 for an 8. That's going to be a ground ball over to Holswit, the shortstop, throws to first, 2 away. And here's Art Devlin. Devlin rolls a 66 for a 0. And then an 11 for a 1, and so he hits a home run over the right field fence. And so just like that, the Giants are on the board after a big home run hit there by Art Devlin here in the first inning. 1-0 New York already, and that'll bring up Fred Tenney. Bob Ewing for the Reds has a 2.42 ERA, which is not great for 1908. 218 the batted against average, and he's already given up a run here. The roll from Tenney is a 16 for a 26. It's a ground ball to Huggins, and Miller throws to first for the out. 1 away, that is 3 away, and we go to the bottom of the first. 1-0 Giants, and here is Hans Lobert. Lobert rolls a 62 for a 12. It's a ground ball over to Tenney, and Fred goes to first for the out, 1 away. Doc Crandall is 2-3 here for the Giants, 1.84 ERA and a 2.44 batted against average. Mike Mitchell now rolls a 26 for a 27. This will be a ground ball to the left side, and Devlin throws to first, 2 away. Here's Rudy Holswit. Rudy rolls a 26 for a 27. It's another one over there to Art Devlin, who throws to first, and we go to the top of the second inning. Bob Ewing, in contrast, 3-5 is his record as he faces Larry Doyle. Doyle hitting 216. Rolls a 46 for a 29. That's back to Ewing, who throws to first, 1 away. Spike Shannon now, and he'll roll a 54 for a 45. There is a little E roll. And it's going to be a 23, just missing the range. It's a fly ball to right field. Mitchell's got that for the out, 2 gone. And here comes Al Bridwell. Bridwell rolls a 56 for a 34. There is a little E roll. And it's a 25, so that one just misses the range again. It's a pop-up to the left side, and Holswith has that for the out, and we go to the bottom of the second inning. 1-0 Giants, and they continue to roll. Here's Admiral Schley. He rolls a 52 for a 27. It's a ground ball again to the left side. It will be Art Devlin again throwing to first, 1 gone. John Gansel. He rolls a 32 for a 26. This time it's a ground ball to second. Doyle on to first, and there's 2 away. Here comes Dode Paskert, and his roll is a 31 for a 9. That'll be a single by Paskert, but then he's thrown out trying to steal. We'll go to the top of the third, so no, sorry, we won't have any no-hitters today, that's for sure. Both teams with 1 hit. Cy Seymour here for the Giants, top of the third, 1-0. Cy's hitting 217, and he rolls an 11 for a 0. His next roll, and it's a 53 for a 6, and so he gets a double out of that, and that'll bring up Doc Crandall. And what do you do with the pitcher who's hitting 071? You bunt with him. And that's what he does. He rolls a 13 for a 14, and Ewing ends up falling apart and walks the opposing pitcher to get to Roger Bresnahan. Roger's only hitting 346. 346 the average, 11 men driven in, hitting mostly out of the first hole in the lineup. And his roll is a 46 for 13. He strikes out. So Bob Ewing challenges him and wins, and there's 1 away. Here now is Mike Donlin. Mike Donlin's just as scary as Roger Bresnahan. 357 the average with 2 home runs. And he rolls a 43 for a 29. It's a comebacker to Ewing, who throws to first. The runners move up, 2 away. And here comes Art Devlin. Devlin hitting 305. So it gets from good to good to good. Devlin rolls a 14 for a 43. It's a fly ball to left, and Dode Paskert has that for the out. We'll go to the bottom of the third inning. 1-0 still Giants. Here is Devlin. And he rolls a 23 for, Miller Huggins, rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field to Donlin, 1 away. Here comes John Kane. Kane rolls a 23 for a 32, another fly ball to right field, and Donlan's got that 2 away. That'll bring up Bob Ewing, and Ewing rolls a 66 for a 6, and he gets a double to right center field. So Doc Crandall has to worry about a runner in scoring position here with Hans Lobert up. Lobert's hitting only 214 and not hitting well at all for this last place club, and he rolls a 65 for a 35. That'll be a pop-up to the left side. Art Evelyn gets that for the out, and we'll go to the top of the 4th inning. 1-0 still Giants. Fred Tenney to lead this off, rolls a 63 for a 31. It's a fly ball to center field, and Kane has that for the out, 1 away. Larry Doyle now hitting 214, rolls a 34 for a 44. There's a little E-roll. Going to be a 23, just missing the range again, so it's a fly ball to center. Kane's got that 2 away, and here comes Spike Shannon. Shannon rolls a 61 for a 27. Ground ball left side. Lobert has that and throws to first for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 1-0 Giants, still a quiet game as Mike Mitchell gets up there. His rolls a 15 for an 11. That'll be a single to left field, followed by a stolen base, and that'll bring up Rudy Holswith. So runner on his second base here for Holswith, who's hitting 187. He's driven in 6. Normally, with the number 3 hitter up there, you wouldn't bunt. I think we will have him swing away, see what happens. Should have bunted. It's a 23 for a 32. Fly ball to right field. Donlan has that, 1 away. Admiral Schley now, the catcher, also not much of a hitter. We'll have him bunt. Rolls a 65 for a 35. There's a little E-roll. It's a 36, which is out of the range, and that'll be a strikeout as he fails in his attempt to bunt. So there's 2 away. And here comes John Gansel. Johns rolls a 32 for a 26 as a ground ball to second. Doyle has it and on to first, and we go to the top of the 5th. It's one thing about the dead ball era that people tend to forget. You keep thinking about, oh, this is back when baseball was simpler and guys didn't know what they were doing and all this stuff. What you forget about 1908 is that there was a good chance that you were going to get a runner on base and he wasn't going to do anything, and after a while you get frustrated. Here we go to the top of the 5th. Al Bridwell up there rolls a 14 for a 43. Here's your little E-roll. It's a 66 out of the range. Fly ball to left, and Paskert has it. Dode with the catch, 1 away. Cy Seymour now rolls a 13 for a 40, changed to 36. There's a ball on Cy. Next rolls a 51 for an 8. That's a ground ball to short, and Holswit has that on to first. There's 2 away. And up next is Cy Seymour. Is Doc Crandall, who rolls a 23 for a 13. That's a bit different response for a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 1-0, and it'll be Dode Paskert here to lead this off for the Reds against Doc Crandall. Crandall gives up a ground ball over to the shortstop Bridwell, who throws to first, 1 away. Miller Huggins now is 0 for 1 today. Quiet game. Huggins rolls a 16 for a 26. It's a ground ball over to Doyle, who throws to first, and there's 2 gone. John Kane now, and he rolls an 11 for a 0. There you go. Next rolls a 26 for a 6, and that'll be a double to right center field. So that's hit number 4 for the Reds, who are out hitting the Giants. But the pitcher's up next, runner on in scoring position. Now, Ewing did double last time up. He's 1 for 1. And this time he rolls a 45 for a 14, and Crandall gives up the walk. And so that'll bring up Hans Lobert. Doc has given up 14 walks this season. He's no Christy Mathewson. Lobert rolls a 52 for a 27, though. It's a ground ball to the left side, and Devlin throws to first goes to the bag himself for the fielder's choice. And we go to the top of the 6th inning. It'll be Roger Bresnahan. 1-0 still Giants. Giants have not hit the ball well at all. Bresnahan rolls a 36 for a 33. It's a pop-up over to second, and Huggins has the catch for the out, 1 away. Mike Donlan up there next. Rolls a 32 for a 26. Ground ball to second, and it'll be Huggins on to first, 2 gone. Here comes Art Devlin. Art rolls a 25 for a 10. There's a single to center field. Only hit number 3 for the Giants, and that'll bring up Fred Tenney. 2 outs, not much you can do, so we'll swing away. And the roll is a 45 for a 14. That'll be a ball. Next roll is a 64 for a 22, and Tenney is hit by the pitch, and that'll bring up Larry Doyle. So runners on at first and second, top of the 6th, 2 out, and the Giants are potentially threatening. Let's see what happens. And Doyle rolls a 63 for the 31. It's a fly ball over to Kane in center field for the out, and we'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Mike Mitchell will lead this one off for the Reds, and he rolls a 35 for a 40. There's a change to 39. That'll be a strike. Next roll is a 25 for a 10, and there's a single to center. Another hit given up by Crandall, who's given up 5 so far today. I'll bring up Rudy Holsworth, runner on at first. Mitchell, is he fast? This is what it's about time to start asking these questions. He does have an 11, so we'll hit and run. Rolls a 35 for a 39, and that's what happens. It's a strike, and the runner is thrown out trying to steal. So Holsworth can't get his bat on the ball. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. 1 away. Rudy now rolls a 63 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left, and Shannon has it for the out. 2 gone, and here's Admiral Schley. Rolls a 53 for a 19. Changed to an 18. That's going to be an error on the shortstop Bridwell. First error of the ball game, and that'll bring up John Gansel with a runner on at first. And John rolls a 24 for a 13. That'll be a strikeout. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Still 1-0 New York. And this will bring up Spike Shannon. So it's been a quiet game, definitely. Shannon comes up there. 0 for 2. He rolls a 25 for a 10. So there's another base hit, only number 4 for the Giants, and that'll bring up Al Bridwell. Now, Shannon should have an 11, and he does. Why? Because it's a John McGraw team, so we will run him. The roll here is a 53, not 423, but a 53 for a 19, and that's going to be another batter hit by Bob Ewing. He's hit 2 here so far, if I remember right, and that'll bring up Cy Seymour. Seymour, not exactly a great hitter. We'll have him bunt. And it's a 43 for a 29. There are 2 strikes now on Seymour, so there goes the bunt. His next roll is a 36 for a 14, and that'll be a ball. Usually long at bat for Seymour, and he rolls a 66 for a 0. And then this is going to be, a 45 for a 6, and that'll be a double to left center field. That scores 2, and Seymour is perched over on second base. It's a 3-0 lead now for New York, and here comes Doc Crandall, and now you bunt. And Doc rolls an 11 for a 0. This is going to be a wasted one. A 43 for a 6. So it's a double that ends up turning into a bunt over to Lobert, the third baseman, who throws to first for the out. Seymour moves over to third. 1 away, and here's Roger Bresnahan, but you have to do it. That's the problem. Bresnahan rolls a 13 for a 14 and takes a walk, and he gets on base once again, and that'll bring up Mike Donlin, who spells danger. 27 men driven in so far this season. And Donlin rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to right field, not very well hit. Mitchell makes the catch, and it's not deep enough for Seymour to score. There's 2 away now, and here comes Art Devlin. Rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker, it'll be Ewing throwing to first for the out, and we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Dode Pasker to lead this off. Rolls a 26 for a 27. Ground ball to the left side. Devlin throws to first. 1 away. Devlin, a lot of assists today. 1 gone. Here's Miller Huggins. Rolls a 36 for a 33 as a pop-up to second, and it'll be Doyle making the catch. 2 away. John Kane rolls a 61 for a 40, changed to 36. That'll be a ball. Next roll is a 23 for a 32, fly ball to right field, and it'll be the right fielder Mitchell making that catch for the out, and we go to the top of the 8th inning. Fred Tenney will lead this off for the Giants. Rolls a 62 for a 12. There is a little E-roll, of course, and it's a 13, which means it's within the range. It's going to be an error on Bob Ewing, the pitcher, and that'll put Tenney on at first, and that'll bring up Larry Doyle's second error of this ball game, 1 for each team. Tenney should have some speed. He does not. One of the few who doesn't, so we'll just swing normally, and Doyle rolls a 33 for a 0. Going deep. Next roll is a 14 for a 7. That'll be a single to right center, sending Tenney on to third. That brings up Spike Shannon, and now it's time to hit and run. Shannon rolls a 25 for a 10, and there's a single that will score. I'm sorry, no, that's a ground ball over to second base. Huggins throws to first for the out, and Doyle advances to second, and the run scores, so it's a 4-0 lead. 1 away, top of the 8th, and here comes Al Bridwell, who rolls a 43 for a 29. Comebacker to Ewing, who throws, it's a ground ball to Gansel, who flips over to Ewing for the out at first, and Doyle moves to third. 2 away, and here's Cy Seymour. Cy rolls a 51 for an 8, and he gets a single and drives one in. It's a 5-0 lead now for the Giants. That brings up Doc Crandall. He rolls a 45 for a 14. That'll just be a ball against Ewing. Next roll is a 35 for a 23, changed to 36. And that's a wild pitch sending Seymour to second. We're going to leave Ewing in. He's leading off the bottom of the 8th. Next roll will be a 12 for a 24. Pop up over to short, and Holsworth has that for the out. And we do go to the bottom of the 8th. Bob Ewing will come out down by 5, especially after that wild pitch he gave up. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have Ducky Pierce coming. Might as well let him have another at-bat, another plate appearance. He's hitting 250. He rolls a 21 for a 30. It's a fly ball to left, and Shannon has that for the out, 1 away. Here now is Hans Lobert for the Reds, down by 5. He rolls a 24 for a 13 and strikes out, 2 away. Mike Mitchell next up. Mitchell rolls a 33 for an 8. There's a single left center field, hit number 6 for the Reds. Been a little while since they've had one, and here comes Rudy Holsworth. Rolls a 23 for a 32. It's a fly ball to center field. Seymour's got that for the out, and we go to the top of the 9th inning. Be Roger Bresenheim here leading this off for the Giants, and we need a pitcher, don't we? So while I continue to roll around with dice, we're going to see if we can find a suitable pitcher. And yeah, this is kind of it'll be Bill Tozer again. I know I probably overused him. It's kind of hard. They have a pitcher, the Reds do, who started only 15 games, no relief appearances. A little bit loath to put him in as a reliever. Bresnahan rolls a 63 for a 31. There's a fly ball to center field, and Kane has that for the out, 1 away. Mike Donlin now rolls a 25 for a 10. There's a single to center, and that'll bring up Bart Devlin. Runner on at first. Devlin rolls a 12 for a 24. There is another little E roll, and it's a 23, just missing the range, and that'll be a ground ball over to short. Holsworth over to Huggins for 1 on to Gansel at first for the double play, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. It'll be Admiral Schley here for the Reds. The Reds with 6 hits, no runs. Giants with 8 hits, 5 runs, so big difference. Schley rolls a 15 for an 8, and there's a single to left center field, and Crandall is a D pitcher, but he's going to stay in there. Runner on at first here for John Gansel. Rolls a 61 for a 41, changed to 37, and Crandall that throws to first to Tenney, and they catch Schley off of first with a big lead, 1 away. Gansel now rolls a 22 for a 7. There's a single to right. That's hit number 8 for the Reds, and here comes Dode Paskert. Paskert rolls a 33 for a 7. There's another single. Hit number 9 for the Reds. Gansel holds at second. So here comes Miller Huggins, down by 5. Huggins rolls a 55 for an 8, and that'll be a single that scores 1 and sends Paskert to second. John Kane next. It's a 5-1 lead. Rolls a 62 for a 12. Ground ball, this should do it. Bridwell over to Doyle and on to Tenney, double play, and there you have it. So the Giants win again, 5-1 final score. Giants will go to 25-6, and the Reds, of course, are lost in last place. Giants are now 2.5 on top of, or 3.5, I'm sorry, on top of the Cubs. How about that? So there's your final score, and there's your ball game. Giants win this one 5-1. Hope you enjoyed this one. I will talk with you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.